Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show. And today, yes, it is one stock to rule them all, and no guesses what that stock is. Nvidia earnings today. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the trade setups, what my plan is, how I'm playing that, and a whole bunch more. Of course, we'll look at the charts, the SPY, the Bitcoin chart as well. Before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people. I appreciate all of you who flood the comment section before the spam bots do. And of course, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hit that subscribe and smash that bell notification, and you'll get the daily updates. So we're going to jump straight over into, of course, what we all know to be true. No hiding the fact that it's all about Nvidia. Here we go again, the stock market, Nvidia earnings. And we've been here before and we'll be here again when they have their next earnings, but maybe not as critical as today, with the stock market really poised in fear. And of course, we are all thinking about what is the best way to play this. So I'm going to share a little bit about what I'm doing and what my plan and what my plays are for that. But first of all, let's look at the SPY. And first and foremost, we did see a nasty drop down to that 656 level. Remember, I warned and warned this M formation. I said it was bearish. I said we didn't want to see the 9 cross below the 20. Those things happen. We are in the pre-market coming back up to retest this key level of 663. And so this M formation can be invalidated with a break back up. And we often see this where you see these fake outs here and then we continue higher. I'm hoping that will be there with the SPY. Of course, if earnings or forward guidance comes out negative, or the market deems it as negative, that could see a capitulation to the downside there. We could get as low as the technical target there, which is at 635 at the moment. Doesn't mean that if it is negative, and it's going to come out at about 4:20 p.m., 4:15, 4:20. It's aftermarket, and so everybody's going to just be hanging and waiting for those earnings to come out. So that's the SPY really, and what we do want to see is we must break back above 666, which might be a bit low when the market opens at 665. We don't like 666, do we? We need to break back above this 9 EMA on the daily. That will mean this will just be a big fake out here, and the 9 will quickly cross back above the 20 there. And I think we would then set a new, we could go on and set a new all-time high with the SPY. Of course, we're in that inverse head and shoulders pattern that I identified back when it was around 600, and the technical target there to the upside is 720. That would be in jeopardy, of course, if we drop below 600, but that is still in play at the moment. So that's what we're looking at for the SPY. Again, it's all going to hang on Nvidia. Let's quickly look at Bitcoin. Of course, all these technical targets that I've given you have all played out. I've absolutely nailed every single one of them. I gave the technical target down to many technical targets now, but the most recent ones were 92, that got nailed, 90, that got nailed, and the next one there is down at 86,300. To invalidate that one, we do need to get back above 94,000, and really I'd like to see us get back above the 9 EM on the daily at 95,760. We are going to find out Sunday if we do drop below and close below the 50-week moving average for a second consecutive week. Historically, that has always meant the end of a confirmation of bear market, and that the bull is over. So the bulls are hanging on by a thread. I'll update more in the coming days, of course, on that. We're just going to take a wait and see approach, but these shorts have played out. I gave that trade beautifully at 106,000. I said a drop below that. Look, it went down. Look at this, the tribal trades trend line. One trend line to rule them all. Perfectly rejected there. Could have taken the short there beautifully, and then we capitulated to the downside just like I drew that up. All right, so how am I going to play the Nvidia earnings, and today here's what I'm looking for. Look, you can hedge and go both long and short, and of course have stop losses, and one will run and the other will stop out. There is the risk, of course, with volatility that it can spike both ways and stop you out, and then you're having to jump back in either long or short. However, that's trading, folks. That's trading. That's the way it goes. So here's a couple of plays I want to show you here. Number one is the VIX. The VIX play that I gave everybody absolutely printed. I gave that play back at 34. It shot all the way up to the target at 38. I absolutely nailed that trade for those that took it there. Absolutely incredible for those that took the trade there. And I do find, look, the people who are making money, and the people who aren't making money, the people who are making money are simply taking the trades. I gave 4 winning trades yesterday in the Tribal Trades Discord, including one of these I shared here on YouTube, and that trade won. That was part of one of the winning trades there. And so what are we looking at here for the VIX? Well, there's a few entry points here. We're currently sitting at about just above $37 in the pre-market, but if we were to clear the 100 day moving average there at 37, what are we looking at there? Looks like 37.85. That could be a potential entry, but look what you get when you get above 38.45, the 20 hour equal. There's fresh air all the way up to 45, folks. And there is a technical target for this W double bottom, which is quite a bullish target here. You go that W double bottom. This would be considered almost like a double top or an M formation. And that takes us actually a 42. So my targets would be 42 and 45. That's if we get some very negative earnings there. And of course, I'll have a very tight stop loss on this play. So if earnings go really well, I'll get stopped out of that position. If Nvidia drops and the SPY drops, this is what the VIX is. What's the VIX? It's the volatility index. When the volatility index is going up and spiking, that's normally because the SPY is dropping, and then vice versa. If the SPY is pumping like it has been, you can see this thing has been dropping. But you can see how bullish it has been recently, which is why I gave the play. Almost every day I've given the VIX play, and is printed quite beautifully there. And so you can see, and of course, if we do come down to these lower levels first, there are some entries there at 35.55. Of course, we could come all the way down here. I'm not sure if we will today with such fear in the market at the moment with those earnings. And so those are really where I'll be looking at taking some plays there. That's that 35.55. You got 37.85 and 38.45 as potential entries on any hold or break and hold of those. And I've given you those targets of 42, 45 there, and just have some nice tight stop losses there in case the earnings go the other way. And that creates a bit of a hedge, because then if Nvidia earnings are great, just stop out of this position, have a nice stop loss there. And if Nvidia earnings are fantastic, not good, then this will hedge and make you money as that drops. So that can work quite well. Let's look at Nvidia. You could go, of course, a put or a call on Nvidia there and hedge yourself. However, here's some levels that I want to give you. First and foremost, Nvidia is at 184, a loss of 183. You could go short here. You could have a put down to that 179. There's 176, 169. I could expect Nvidia actually to go all the way down maybe to 160, as low as 160. But those are the levels of immediate support on the way down there. Of course, more extreme would be all the way down to the 200 day moving average, or the 50 week, which is sitting around one in the 150s and 140s. But let's just take each as we go. Of course, you always worry when you see the shoulder and this head, and you don't want to see a bit of a pump, which could happen. Nvidia could pump off earnings and create, and then it could just be a bit of a sell the news event, and you create that right shoulder, and that would not be good for the market. But of course, that hasn't happened yet, so we'll wait and see in regards to that. To the upside, if we're looking to go long, absolutely 186. There's fresh air after 186. Sorry, 186 there. There is not fresh air. There's the fresh air after 190. So 186 is where I would go long, and then of course you could always wait for 190 or add to the trade at 190 as well. So that's Nvidia for going long if you're doing puts or calls options there, or you can actually short the stock with margin. However, NVDX is the 2x leverage ETF play on this. I do want to give you these levels. If you can't do options, this gives you a different option here, of course. And we're looking for a break above $17.95 there. And of course, you can wait until it breaks, or if it breaks above 19.34. Again, there's fresh air up to $21 and $23 there. But of course, 17.95 would be the area, a break hold above that level, or the 50-day moving average at 1884, or there's that 1934 level there as well. And you can also play it short with NVD. And NVD, make sure you choose this one. That's just the normal stock there, 2x short leverage ETF. Here's some levels here, and we're above it. The entry for that is $8.68. You can get in on any break, hold above that level, or if it was to come down to $8.07, if that level was to hold, you could ride that back up. And that's what we did the other day. We took this trade here in the Tribal Trades Discord, and it beautifully went up. Now you can take it if a break or hold, and of course the technical levels to the upside would be $9.56, and then also $11. So there is some, and you can open both. You can be an NVD and an NVDX. You can also have a put and a call, and you can have the, and you can actually own the Nvidia stock or be trading VIX. That's how you hedge, folks. You hedge by having both positions open, and you stop out of one, or you just look and follow the technicals and say, hey, I'm only getting in this one if we break above, or I'm only getting in this one if we break below. And that's how you do it. And that's what we teach in the Tribal Trades Discord. We had incredible day trading in the Tribal Trades Discord. Wins on Palantir Short, PLTZ, wins on SQQQ, wins on AMDD, which is the ETF leverage short. We also are still undefeated in the Swing Plays channel. A short on the loss of 663. That played out beautifully as the SPY dropped to 656. And also the SPX, which I'll show you there. You can see beautifully there, called that beautiful short, 663 down to 656 for those that took that trade. And then the SPXS trade that I gave as well was a break above 39, and that went all the way up to $40 there. Absolutely magnificent trade. If you took that trade, then you made money. And this is quite a bullish structure, by the way. And this is the ETF short. So if the SPY drops 10%, this will go up 30%, because this is a 3x short. And so this can be quite nice, but we'll keep an eye on that. And that's another way to hedge as well. You could have a position in the SPY long, but you could also have a hedge here and make sure you have your stop losses set. However, this is right on the edge there. There is a technical target up to 43 and 44 if this does play out, but we're all just waiting for Nvidia. That's really what it all comes down to at the end of the day, what we have to wait for. And of course, meanwhile, the wins just keep stacking up. I love seeing April Parker, $3,000 just from leverage plays. She didn't even know how to leverage trade crypto up until only a few months ago. She didn't even know it existed. And of course, she's one of the crowned traders in the Tribal Trades Discord, absolutely crushing it there. I love seeing the stories there of fantastic wins that the community is getting. Absolutely fantastic. And I know Chris got, I think he got $1,100. Oak again, I think $1,700 there. This is part of our $1,000 per day challenge. Absolutely incredible. And for those participating in it, there it is there. Chris, 71 years old, or almost 71 years old, full-time job. He has to travel an hour to and an hour back, by the way. And so for those people that say, oh, I can't do it, I don't have time, this guy's over 70 years old, and he's absolutely doing it, okay? What is that saying? You know, the people who say it can't be done shouldn't interrupt the people who are doing it. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. And we don't recommend that you start the 1K per day challenge, with going for 1K per day. We always encourage a lower amount to begin with. Try making $30 a day or $50 a day or $100 a day to begin with, and then scale up. Because if you can make $100 a day consistently, taking these trades, learning the tribal trade system, using the tribal trades indicator. And by the way, we've got a new indicator coming, should be there in time for Christmas. It's going to be incredible. That all comes with the price of the Discord. So you get all the channels, the trades, the education, the entertainment, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? So you get the indicators that all comes with a special VIP gold access, grandfathered in price, which you'll see if you click below in the description of this video. You might need to click the more button. That will pop open the description. Click on the link. That'll open up the wait list. That price that you see there will never be repeated again. That is going away at the end of this month. So this is your last moments, really, to get into the Tribal Trades Discord and have that locked in until January 2028. We've got more indicators coming that are going to be absolutely incredible. We're going to have more crown traders and more that we are adding, more live sessions, more live trades. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So if you do want to sign up for the Tribal Trades Discord, there's the link below in the description. You will need to add your payment details. You won't get immediate access because the Discord hasn't reopened. When it does, it will be higher. So this is your last chance to get that locked in price. And of course, getting on the wait list sooner means you get access sooner. You will get access this month. If you get on the wait list today, you will get access this month, and you won't pay that higher price if you get on the wait list before the Discord reopens at that higher price. So you will have to add your payment details. That just reserves your place on the Tribal Trades Discord wait list and locks you in for that $49 per month plan that it is right now, and it will be much more when it reopens. And that does grandfather you in. You won't be charged until you are moved from the waitlist to the actual Tribal Trades Discord. And of course, we're just month to month. So if it doesn't work out for you, if you don't have time, no problems. We wish you all the best. But I just know when you come into the Tribal Trades Discord, I call it the Tribal Trades family, and you see the life-changing gains. Listen, $1,000 per day. There are people in the Discord, they came in, they weren't making that. Now they're making that. And some people are making more than that now, $2,000 or $3,000 per day. Listen, that's $20,000 or $30,000 per month. You can make money when the market's going up. You can make money when the market is going down, no matter what is happening in the economy. You can make money if there's a crash. You can make money if the market crash. You can make money if there is a parabolic move to the upside. It's all about learning how to trade, and that's where the tribal trade system comes in, and that's why the wonderful community that we have built, the wonderful family that we've built, absolutely incredible. And next year, the Tribal Trades Discord will actually be closed for good. And we won't be taking any new signups, only if people are unable to renew the subscription, people will move up from there. And that will happen some point at next year, and we will be shut for good. We will say, hey, we do not want to add any more to the Tribal Trades Discord. We are an exclusive, smaller by design trading community. And so at some point it will shut for good. So don't miss out, and don't say that you weren't warned there. That's all we have time for today. So until the next episode, or until I see you in the Discord. And remember, we also have the FOMC meeting minutes today. I think that's at about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that could cause some volatility, the Nvidia earnings, and then I'll be back with you tomorrow. Until then, happy trading.